We're going to talk about our tools today for ground skills training. We have 3 different tools that we're going to use. They're vitally important for the success of training the horse. So the first tool that we use is a stick and a string. All right, you can pick these up in most places. You can pick them up online. They're not very expensive, but they are invaluable for the success of your training. This stick will do several things for you. One is it creates a distance between you and your horse that is really important because, you know, of course a horse can scratch their ear with their back leg. So if you are working your horse around a pen, maybe he isn't very well trained yet, maybe you're establishing a relationship with him at the time, well, you might have something to say about it. So it's best to keep that distance between you and your horse, all right? So that's the objective of it. It's going to get you way out there away from him, especially with lunging and sending. That's what we're looking at for the stick and the string. Now we also have this rope halter. This is called a training halter, rope halter, cowboy halter. It has several names, but in the end the objective is the same. You have this style of halter and you also have a web style halter. Now web is a normal style halter. It's going to be something that's kind of wide. It's a webbing material. It's made for comfort of the horse. All right, it's great to have if you're just leading your horse around. Even better if you're hauling your horse around it, especially if it has a breakaway on it. But this halter is specifically for training a horse. The point of it is that it has a smaller material here, and especially with these little knots, it encourages the horse to stay with you instead of pulling away from you when maybe they don't agree with what you're saying. It keeps you from having to be so strong. This horse, you know, Shire weighs 1,450 pounds. I can hang on to this horse, and I know years ago when she was so tough to train, she would try to pull, but because I had the right tools, I was able to hold her and be able to train her and build a good relationship with her. So the next tool, this is our third component, is going to be a 12 to 14 foot yacht rope. This is a double braided yacht rope, which means that it's a rope within a rope. It's super strong. I've had all kinds of horses pull back on these whenever they were wild, when they weren't quite tame yet, and even when they were tied off, they pull back as hard as they can. It doesn't break. It's a very strong rope, and then the material of it is an excellent material. It doesn't burn your hand as easily as some of these cheap nylon ropes that you pick up in places. Now the length of it, 12 to 14 feet, is very important because whenever you're lunging, especially in maybe a 40-foot round pen, 50-foot round pen, it's going to get you at least out there closer to the rail. All right, any further than that, you're going to need a lunge line. But for this, it works really good in close quarters.